Welcome to Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News this week with Scott Allen. Some kind of weird thing here in me. Jack doesn't have a problem with it.
That's bad.
And Adam Wellbrock. We need to find a way to add him.
Featuring Adam Wellbrock. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Because I'll damn sure
You'll
murder
mess
somebody's name.
You'll mess up with a minute.
Quickly. Let's thank our marketing partners here. Let's see. I think S&N Communications coming on board. Fast Eddie's Barbecue. Did you get
This is week number 3. This is week number 3. No barbecue.
Watch Eddie show up. Eddie can't come next week now. I ain't gonna be here. So
Eddie, come on next week.
I think Papa John's. Make sure you use your Dotson 25. Get your free 25% off of your Papa John's. Mayhem Company.
Aaron Goodman.
Miss Aaron Goodman. I thank her for all the graphics. The new what is she?
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. I got that in my news thing.
RDS Performance. We've seen Skinnell was out of the hospital. He broke out, so
Yeah.
glad he's doing well.
He went in with 10 toes and he came out with 9, so he's doing good.
I think Mean Dean Automotive with Greer and Associates. Those guys talked to those guys a lot this weekend. I think Sammy Gator for doing some stuff for us. Gator Graphics. Southampton Motor Speedway. I think Mosquito Joe's. Hit Mosquito Joe up. You'll get 50% off on your first month. Mosquito Joe, just mention us or the racetrack. I think Pepsi and Mountain Dew. So Mountain Jack's drink of choice. Waltrip Pressure Wash Solutions with Turn 2 Synthetics.
Thinking of his mom. His mom.
Oh yeah. I guess she's got. I've seen something. I guess she's got breast cancer. So she's
okay.
So
I didn't know that.
Thoughts and prayers go out to Miss. She's got to be a great woman to be Hunter's mother, though. You know. Could you imagine having him?
I've looked at that
little kid.
I've kind of looked at that family. Okay. And
But she took herself out of that family.
But the daughter,
Mm-hmm.
Hunter's sister, she's normal.
I know.
And Hunter is still not normal.
That ship sailed a long time ago. I think Safety Clean, Performance Plus Motor Oil. I think Langley Speedway, Terry, Chuck, Bill, in that order. Terry's the most important person here. Chuck, and then Bill's
I
last.
kind of found that out. It's really yeah.
Bonderitz Brothers Distillery, MPM Marketing, Tanya McAllister, Black Acid Racing Imperial. I think those guys need 1 shirt, 1,000 shirts, or a custom fire suit. Our buddies Tim Brown, Speed Company. You want a local company to do your T-shirts, the official T-shirt guy of Langley Speedway. Hit Tim up, great guy. Factory Canopies and Fluid Logic. VA 811, call before you dig. And our buddy Garamoa Maya, GAC, Great American Company. If he's still employed, I'm not sure if that's a done deal yet or not, but
I understand he's pretty much selling out of that whole thing. Well, we're not supposed to tell that. I feel like Christopher Bell now. Wasn't supposed to say that. Yeah, anyway. But all right, let's do some news real quick, and then we're going to turn it over to Adam to do his pit road roundup.
This past Saturday.
Right. Yeah, this past Saturday we're here at Langley Speedway. In the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series, Christopher Bell got the win this weekend. Swept
the weekend.
Yeah. I guess he had to do that because after he let the cat out of the bag about Chase Briscoe, he better go out there and win some races. So anyway. At Hickory, late model race number 1, Michael Bumgarner, and late model race number 2, Michael Bumgarner. Lonesome Pine, Chase Dixon won both late model races there. At Bowman Gray, Can't think of the guy's name now that won the race. But anyway, Danny Bone was second. I'll get the name in a minute. At Orange County in the Pro Late Model, I think it's the Carolina Pro Late Model Series or whatever they call it.
Sounds right.
Tristan McKee got the win.
Okay.
In the crate mods, Jackson Casper got the win. And in the late models, race number 1, Boo Boo Dalton got the win. Race number 2, Camden Gully. Down at A Speedway, Alex Stokes got the win. Our buddy Charlie Beals got the Legends win at Carteret this past weekend. And I understand both the Morgan boys were down at Carteret this weekend racing. So I didn't get where they finished at. Dixieland Speedway, Billy Hubbard in the late models. The Virginia Sprints, Darren Bolak, and they'll be here this weekend.
They will.
The Virginia Sprints will be here this weekend. So.
Oh yeah.
Fireworks.
That's right.
Yeah. And in the Super Streets, Kevin Bray. The Super Fours, Dylan Robinson. And then the Sportsman, Kerry King. Up at Dominion stock race, number 1. Brian Maxey got the win. Late model race number 1, Dustin Storm got the win. Virginia Racers, J.D. Eversole. In the Dominion stock, number 2, Todd Ruggles. And in the late models, Landon Pimpleton got the second win. And now we'll turn it over to our pit road roundup from here at Langley Speedway this past weekend with our buddy Adam Welbrock, who is the pit road voice.
Man, not much happened this weekend, man. It was pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't know if you saw anything. It seemed pretty.
I mean, I thought, to me, the biggest story is the win streak is over for Connor Hall.
That was probably the biggest story of the night by about 2 feet.
Yeah, I mean, the last 10 laps of that was
That made the night, man.
Yeah.
He told me they were running door to door for a little while and good race.
Connor had trouble getting back to the front, and Greg held him off. I think Connor was in the bottom lane too.
Yeah. Well, I think Connor burned some of the stuff up in the first race when Mark put a lot of pressure on him the first 20 or 30 laps of the first race, and then he didn't get back through the second half of the second race quick, and I think he was a little loose. And I know I talked to Greg, and Greg had mentioned that he was told that Connor was a little free, and so he gave him the bottom and just kind of pinch him down there to make him looser.
Yeah. Connor took race 1. Surprise, surprise. Jordan Valdez won the Champ Car race. Tim Wilson on fire in the Grand Stocks.
Yeah.
Christian Keller's on fire in the U cars. He's got win number 4 already. Dale Nichols, man, Dale's on fire too.
But now there's a rumor going around, and I haven't seen it.
It's not a rumor.
Okay, well, I've not seen it. It hasn't come up on the website.
Go ahead, Seabell.
That Dale Nichols got DQ'd the other night. Now, I have not seen this. See, I got people over here but shaking their head.
Something on Facebook.
Or you saw it on Facebook. I didn't see it. I've been kind
Scott's got it.
Oh, here we go.
They usually change the results today, so let me look at the results.
I looked at them earlier. I didn't see
They
it.
didn't change them? Okay.
I mean, that's not from Langley Speedway. That's from Dale Nichols himself.
Well, today's the day they normally put out stuff, isn't it?
All right, the disqualification moves him to P6, and the 28 gets the win.
Jacob Wood.
Jacob Wood gets
first
the win.
win.
First career win. Wow.
So that's pretty interesting.
Breaking news there, yeah. Rookie.
So
Yeah.
Did their 6th start for him.
So that's pretty interesting that happened today.
Well, that was yesterday. He posted it yesterday.
Was yesterday?
Mhm.
Okay, well. See, I'm really out of touch here with this all of a sudden because
I mean,
You missed a week and a lot of stuff
you
happened.
keep on, Adam's gonna have your damn job.
well, I'm not gonna be too worried about it because you ain't never here. You leaving all the time on me. So I ain't worried about it. But I mean that was a pretty good,
That's a big deal.
And I don't know that anybody's won those. Well, who won the first Super Street race? Here, Dale Nichols has won them all or not? He's
No,
won most of them.
Landon's won the other 2,
Yeah,
Okay.
but he
Yeah.
races part time, so
that's right. Landon Abbott's won 2 of them. That's right.
he really shows up once a month. So
Yeah.
Dale's the only full timer to win this year, now other than Jacob.
Yeah.
All right, we got some people on here that's Aiden Zedrich Racing. Hello. Hey guys, big announcement from Aiden Ziedrich. He'll be here Saturday to race in this weekend. So he'll be here. Hello to Aaron Goodman. We got a big announcement on Aaron Goodman too. Aaron Goodman has now been named Director of Operations for the Star Superstock Series.
I mean, we knew she was smarter than Boo Boo.
Boo, Tom Boo.
Boo. Well, that's right. She calls him Boo Boo.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
can't call him.
The zero is boo boo.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah,
What did you nickname him, Jack?
Boo Boo to zero.
Everybody's boo boo.
Anyway, congratulations to Erin. Of course, she was pretty much running the show anyway. I mean, you know, Boo can't be but so smart. You know, he's got a.
I mean,
Well, he did hook up with. I mean, you got Erin as a girlfriend. I guess that is one good thing for him. But I tell you what, his blogs and stuff that he does, they are so funny. I swear, I never thought he was that big a country boy from Carolina as he is. He is really.
well, he's from Georgia. Right?
Well, yeah, it's from Georgia, but I take it as that.
He did some racing last weekend, didn't he?
Oh, it was last weekend, weekend before last.
2 weekends ago.
He was a Hickory racing.
Yeah,
His,
and then they went to the bar afterwards.
You know, Coyote Joe's. I heard about that little story too.
We need to get that tour to come here next year. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, you know, I made the comment about bringing the Superstock Series. It'd be cool to bring them up here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think Brandon, I'm not Brandy, but Aaron had said that, you know, they have a certain radius that
They
they
try to stay
stay in because the guys can't get out there and do it.
Just outside it.
So they'll be back in Hickory on July the 9th, the Superstock Series.
the 6th.
6.
Did you say Aiden was right? Aiden Ziedrich is racing Saturday here at Langley Speedway, Brandy. I mean, is that a problem? Anyway, and Aiden said they can't wait. And Aaron Goodman says she can't do nothing but call him Boo too, so she can't call him Boo. So don't you be calling him Boo Boo.
I ain't stepping on nobody's toes.
Anyway, that's two big announcements there for that. Also today, Chase Briscoe, was one of the best kept secrets ever in the sport of NASCAR, was named the driver of the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Well, I don't think they've announced a number yet, so it could.
No, it's
change.
going to be, they said today
They
it's
did
going to
say
be
it was
19 and it's going to stay with the Bass Pro Shops and all that. It's going to
Okay.
stay with them. So,
Did you see where he was on Stacking Pennies? And he said what really laid it on thick was Gibbs came to him, I don't know if it was in his motorhome or what, says, hey, I want to talk to you before you go over and talk to that 21 car, to Wood Brothers. And he said, I have given, what's his name, till Wednesday at 12 o'clock to give me an answer or else. And if he doesn't come back, I want you. I want to shake your hand. I want you to look me face to face. And I want to make sure before you go over and talk to Wood Brothers.
and you know, he said today he went and talked to the Wood Brothers out of the courtesy and who the Wood Brothers are.
What?
He went over and talked to them. And he said he left there and went over and signed his contract with JGR. So, I mean, but evidently they couldn't work that deal out. Penske and, you know, how the.
It opens the doors up, like, but who's going to fill? Because you understand what you call it's out of the 21. I mean, it's all been but announced.
I think Barry's talking to him, Josh Barry.
Well, that's kind of thing, and I hope they take Rodney Childers.
Right.
Yeah, they did take them both. That would really help that team out.
And then, I mean, not to mention, I mean, the Penske cars, they're running well,
Mhm.
right? But I mean, what an opportunity for what you call it, going in the 19 car. I mean, you got a championship winning team.
You want to hurt the people on Sirius. As we were coming down here today, people on Sirius were getting all upset to the fact that he left Ford and went. And one guy said, "Well, Ford just don't keep no drivers. Everybody jumped ship." And then the guy on there said, "Look, if you got Joe Gibbs Racing looking at you, and you know what they got over there, you know they're winning
Yeah,
races."
this is Joe Gibbs racing in one hand and
Yeah, well, I said you put Joe Gibbs in one hand and the Wood Brothers in the other. Where do you think you're gonna come
Where
away
would you
with
go?
it?
Yeah.
And he said I would sign with Joe Gibbs and take off running.
Yeah.
And eventually that's what happened.
And we know Joe Gibbs pays a lot more than a lot of other teams. Like the resources wise, team members. I mean, they make
And the thing
some
about
of
it
them are
is,
paid twice as much as what the next guy next to them.
and the
makes
thing
off.
about it is, like they said today, he fits the mold for that 19 car because he's
For
a
sure.
hunter. He's a hunter. He's a fisher. So there's the Bass Pro Shops. He is, because of the things and the lifestyle that he's been through, losing a child and all this other stuff, he's become very religious, which ties him great with Joe Gibbs. And so he's got the perfect situation there. So,
But that, and he's not you could say if you had Chase on your back bumper, I don't think you'd have to worry about being moved. Like Chase is kind of, that's, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Respectful
Patient.
driver. Yes.
are drivers respectful?
And then you're racing.
All right. Also, at RCR today, they had a shakeup over there. Andy Petrie retired today and left out. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Retired.
And Keith Rodden has taken over as interim competition director.
They got to do something.
Yeah. And it's not helping the fact that Kyle Busch is trash talking him.
I don't think he's really trash talking that bad for Kyle, right? Kyle's usually a lot more blunt
Yeah.
than that.
He's
But
hyping up other teams or
I
promoting
mean,
other teams, I guess.
should he keep his mouth shut? Yeah. Should he say something a little different? Yeah. But something's got to give. And it's hard to believe that last year they had already won 3 races by this time last year.
Yeah.
And we're probably, it didn't turn out to be nowhere in the championship, but I thought they were going to be a contender.
Yeah. Also Saturday, I keep thinking this is the weekend. Saturday, the first red leg of the Triple Crown for Virginia Triple Crown is at Sobo this weekend. And that's going to be a big deal there. We said earlier that the mods and the modifieds and the sprint cars will be here at Langley this weekend. So that'll be a big deal. And
Fireworks too.
and fireworks, yeah. And there may be more. Also, I got a thing today. Halifax County Speedway on July the 6th is doing the Joe Huss Memorial.
Oh, that's nice.
It's been 3. This is the number 3 since he passed away. And the Joe Huss Memorial, I've been asked to come down and be a part of it. So I'm gonna
Big time. Big shot over here.
wait a minute now. I'm gonna have to defend this one. Okay. Joe Huss and I were good friends.
He's a fan.
I'm a fan. I was a fan of Joe Huss. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny it.
He was a big Joe Huss fan. He got all girly when we had him on the show a few years ago.
Say what you want. I don't care what you say.
You get personally invited, that's a big deal.
That's right. Hey, I mean, I ain't going to go there. All right. I see one of our guests is already waiting for us. It's the Cars Tour driver of the Black Acid car, number 6, Bobby McCarty is over there. So let's talk to Bobby.
What's up, Bobby? How you doing, man?
Oh, living the dream, man. How are you?
Living the dream. Look, I understand you lived the dream when you were down at Hickory being a crew chief for Boot.
Yeah, that was good times, man. They don't their schedule's a lot more laid back than ours.
And it seemed like it was a whole lot of other stuff laid back after that.
Looked like it was more fun after the race.
Yeah, we cut loose a little bit there.
Aaron says he's spotter of the year.
Oh yeah, Aaron's boosting you up and said you should be spotter of the year the way you were in that race.
I don't know about all that. That's a way different side of the spectrum. So I enjoyed it. I think I could be good at it. I need to practice a little bit more. So we'll keep that in the memory bank for if I ever decide to hang the suit up, what I'll do next.
Well, see, now I don't understand something. She's nominated you as spotter of the year, but didn't he start like 3rd and ended up like 8th?
Yeah, he overheated a little bit, and had to park the car with about like 15 to go, I think. So that part that stung a little bit. I felt like we definitely had the top 3 going. It just didn't work out, but still good fun, man. It was really cool to go with Boo and Aaron and my wife came, and Caden and his girlfriend Jessica showed up, and I mean, we just had a big group with us, and then we all went to Cody Joe's after and had a good time. So
So there's no truth to the rumor that y'all had Boo to park the car early so y'all could get going and get over to the Cody
no, no. I was he qualified third, and about the second or third restart, he fired off really, really good, and he about went 3 wide. I was like, oh hell, we about to get us one right here in a minute. It just didn't play out, man. So we're planning on doing it again sometime in July, I believe. They're having twin 20s. We're going to try it again, see what we can do.
Well, that's pretty cool. So let's talk about Bobby McCarty and his year this year. What kind of year you having this year with the Cars Tour? And I know you got a lot of things going on. So
yeah, we're not having a terrible year. We got a monkey on our back, but you know, other than that, we've I felt like we've had a top 5 car almost every weekend. Just we had a rear end go bad on us at Tri-County, and Dominion we blew the motor, and at Kinley we got tore up, you know, kind of early. So I mean, other than those 3 races, we've run top 5 all year. So I feel like we've had a good year. We just had a couple runs of just stuff not going right, and you'll have that from time to time. So I don't think we got much to complain about.
well, you've had a pretty good year all in all. You put it together, but I mean, you got some great sponsorship from Black Acid. You know, they help us too. So I mean, you know, so that's a big.
He might
thing.
not want to claim us as teammates.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to get to. Basically, we're teammates.
Black Acid stepped in and helped us in a big way, and Sterling Building Group stepped in and helped us, and DreamWorks and WG Speaks, Caswell Glass. We have a lot of great partners. Fayetteville Heating and Air. I mean, it's a ton of them. The price of this deal just seems to keep going higher. So it really takes a village to go run the Cars Tour. And I mean, even now, I got at least 10 sponsors, and I'm still a underfunded car. So you know, you take all the help you can get, and you gotta appreciate everything that everybody does for you.
Yeah, that's true. Now, what is your plan for the rest of the year? I know you're going after the Cars series, but are you going to be doing any of the big races or anything at the end of the year?
We haven't really talked about it. You know, for sure, Cars Tour, the Triple Crown. We might do Florence and a couple other like that, but we haven't really talked much. We're kind of playing it race by race, honestly. So we'll see how it goes.
It sounds like you got a fan club there.
No, it's my crazy daughter up here just being her.
Hey, that's the way. Hey, that's a great thing. At least they're laughing and not fussing. That's a good thing.
No, she's fussing now because her mama won't just take her somewhere else.
Oh, well, you know. So, tell us a little bit about Bobby McCarty in the past few years. What all have you been doing in the past few years to let everybody know how you've been?
Just working and racing, man. You know, we've been running the car store full time, and you know, they keep adding a ton of races, and it takes a lot of work to be able to do that stuff, and then helping my parents run our mechanic shop. You know, just between work and racing, man, I really don't have much time to do much anything else. Hell, tonight, me and my brother-in-law Cody are staying after to put a motor in a Dodge Ram ProMaster. So I'll probably be here till 12 o'clock tonight. But no, man, I work, I race. I might go play golf every now and again. I'm gonna have to I got to do some thinking on my hunting situation this coming season. I used my shoulder up pretty bad the last year I hunted, so I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. I gotta think about it.
Hey, I'll pay you good money if you'll take Erin and take her out and have her do some hunting. I want to see her do
And stay quiet long enough.
it.
Because if I'm going hunting, we're taking a bow. You know what I mean? And I don't know. We might go rifle hunting one time, but that's probably gonna be the extent of that. I don't think we're gonna go do no bow hunting.
Bobby, with the influence that the Cars Tour has gotten with the addition of Dale Jr. and Justin Marks and Jeff Burton and Kevin Harvick being involved in how much has that added to the prestige of the tour? Plus, I know it has to add a whole lot more money maybe to compete with some of these guys that are coming in and doing a little bit different.
Yeah. Those other guys are definitely bringing the money in. That's for sure. I'm trying to catch up, but no, I mean it's been good, man. I'm hoping at some point they can really help us by getting us more on a national stage. Because I mean, like right now, like for someone like me, it's hard for me to find sponsors. You know what I mean? And or anybody really. But I mean, if you put us on a national platform, then I have a way bigger reach, and I can go find bigger sponsors. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, I think if I could do that, it would help a lot of guys like me out. Just because it gives us more bargaining power to go to these companies, and more than just our local companies at each racetrack. We can actually go to a corporate company and say, hey, look, we're running the Cars Tour. It's on FS1 on Friday nights or whatever the case. But you open your viewers up, and that's the stuff that these sponsors are looking for is how can they get their brand out in front of the most amount of people at one time. And so I'm sure they're working on something like that. I really hope so. I think that would really boost the tour, and kind of show the world, we're I mean, it's short track racing, but this is real racing. You know what I mean? We're not scared to fold a fender or cave a door panel, because we're not going to get airtight or none of that crazy stuff. So I think it would definitely just put everybody on a different platform and really help everybody out.
I've just noticed that this week, yesterday, I guess I should say, the announcement came that Dale Jr. is coming here to Langley to race the heat. He's coming to race the Hampton Heat. And man, it blew up. I mean, this place and my phone and everything just went berserk. Talking about Dale Jr. coming here. That has to be kind of good for you guys in the Cars Tour, because with their involvement, it kind of blows it up for everybody to see it.
Yeah. He come and run Goodyear, and Goodyear was standing room only. And that was a wild sight to see. I mean, we packed the house pretty good at Goodyear, just when the Cars Tour goes. But this year when Junior came, I mean, it was crazy, man. Like, you're standing on the front stretch, almost having to yell at each other because the crowd noise is just so loud you can't hear each other talk. And then after the race, all the people coming down in the infield. I mean, it was a crazy experience, man. That was a lot of people. And Langley brings its own crowd as it is. It's always packed there for a local event. So this this ought to be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be something to see that night when everybody shows up here, because I've already been warned it's gonna be jam packed.
Yeah.
That night, so that's gonna be a big deal.
Now, did you learn anything in the Cars Tour race here that you can translate over to your late model? You said you're going to run the Triple Crown, so I'm assuming you're going to come run the heat.
Yeah, we are coming to the heat. But I think y'all run 45s, don't you? The regular 45s, or you're on the ST2s?
The 45s.
Okay, yeah. So not much is going to translate over.
Has the tires been that big of a deal in the car stores? And we've heard that it's like you put one set on. I mean, we're talking to Tony Urey Jr., and it's like the car is one direction. You put another set on, and it's a completely another direction, and you hadn't done anything to it.
Yeah, it's true. It's crazy, man, and you know, Hoosiers is taking the right steps, and you know, they're trying to figure a solution out. But I don't know, man. That I don't think there was nothing wrong with the racing that we had. Personally, I mean, I watch y'all's races every Sunday. Just to go back and, I mean, I like to watch racing, so I turn on to, you know, see who's winning where, and y'all have had good races all year long on the 45s. So I'm not really sure why, but you know, it's just weird, man. This tires, I think the thought was a good thought, but I mean, in reality, you build a whole new tire in 3 months and expect it to go off the rip and not have an issue. I mean, that's kind of, I know we're smart. You know, everybody in racing is as smart as that they can be, but I mean, at some point you gotta have a reality check. You know what I mean? I mean, that's it takes a long time to test and develop these tires, so that way we can hit the ground running. And to ask anybody to do it in 3 months, that's not really fair. You know what I mean? So you know, we're all in this together. You know, and that's the biggest thing. And you know, Hoosier's been showing up to these last few races and talking to all the drivers and the crew chiefs and you know, everybody involved. And everybody's working really hard to make this better. So we'll just keep plugging away. Like I said, it is crazy because we've gotten some crazy tires this year. From a handling standpoint to just, you know, circumference in general, there's been some that's been almost 2 inches bigger than others. I mean, it's crazy, man. But I mean, like I said, everybody's doing what they can to try and make it better. Me personally, I would like to have an actual test with the ST2s and the 45s and actually go through every bit of data that we can possibly get. Because, like I said, I don't think there was nothing wrong with the 45.
Aaron said, "Can we expect a stronger restart out of you?"
Oh God.
That's what you get for hanging out with her and Boo, you know?
She ain't gonna leave me alone. Her and Jessica both have been riding me hard. Now, I will say, I will be honest. I went back and watched the in-car footage of that next to last restart, I believe, and I'm watching, you know, people going 3 wide and putting all 4 on the flat on corner entry and all this crazy stuff, and I had a hole to go 3 wide middle, and it was like I just froze, like I didn't push the throttle. And I'm not really sure what that was about. Like I watched the in-car video and I'm like, what was you thinking at this point? Like, what was going through your head? And I couldn't come up with anything. I think it was more just I'm racing on scraps as it is, and you know, I know from experience that 3 wide normally doesn't play out good for somebody.
Yeah.
I felt like we was all playing with fire, and I definitely, if I could have went 3 wide bottom, I probably would have did it. But going 3 wide middle, you just asking for something to happen. And then everybody's spotters kind of put the blinders on going back off into 3 because everybody just turned left at the same time. So I don't know, man. I kind of kicked myself in the butt over that there. I was like, you're you're going to have to get mean again, man. Like you can't not be that way. I reckon it comes with old age. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna have to dig back a few years, figure out what I was doing back again.
Yeah, old Bobby would have done it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. yeah. 100%.
You have to fix them. It doesn't work that way.
You know, I'd have done it and been gigging them at the same time. You know what I mean? So I just got to figure out what I lost there. But it's all right. We'll get back. It's no problem.
Aaron Goodman says, hashtag bring back old Bobby.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody wants that. People say that until it does happen, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
think
he's
you went
a little
far there." But no, I mean, my mindset's kind of, I wish I had the same mentality that I do now 5 years ago, because I'd have won so many more races. I don't feel like I've gotten slower as a driver. I just look at the race more strategic, I reckon, is what I'm saying. And I used to not look at it that way. It was just get in and go as hard as you can and pray for the best.
So now you look back on those little things that you had going on with different drivers, and you think that wasn't worth all that. That wasn't worth all that. Or do you look at like I should have pushed him through the wall?
There are some that was, probably just being petty. But at the same time, you get two guys racing against each other every weekend for the same win over and over and over again, and you just start doing sly stuff to each other. And it's kind of I try not to say much after a race, because I just don't ever want to sound like a crybaby, man. You know what I mean? I mean, I get used up a lot, and it's fine. Like I'm good with it. I use the bumper too. You know what I mean? But my bumper now is moving you up half a groove so I can get my nose underneath you, where everybody else is throwing the bumper is sending you 3 grooves up the racetrack. Then they want to get out and say, "Oh man, that was a great race." In my opinion, that's not racing. You just went off there and knocked the hell out of him, and luckily he held on, or otherwise we've been having a conversation after the race. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think it's a mix between the strategic part and my understanding of the cars now, and where to lay pressure to get the left rear light, so you can really not necessarily upset the car, but you just kill the car's momentum of whoever's in front of you. So I reckon what I'm trying to say is I've gotten smarter on how to use the bump and run, and
He's
it
a little
don't
finesse now.
yeah, it don't seem as intentional as it used to be. Yeah, I reckon is what I'm trying to say.
Bobby, who's been your toughest competitor? I mean, you've run the cars for a long time now, right? I mean, you're probably the oldest guy, or longest time tenure in there. Who's been the toughest competitor over the years?
Oh, that's
Go
a
ahead
tough
and say
one. No, I'm really thinking on this one, because it's, a few years ago it was like everybody that was racing the tour got in spurts and would win, 3 or 4 races in a short period, and then they'd fall off to like a top 5 car. We did it, Josh did it, Lee did it, Caden did it. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. This is definitely between definitely Lee, and with who's racing now, I'd probably say Carson. Yeah. Honestly, Carson has really good car control. And he kind of reminds me of racing against Philip Morris back in the day, because Philip used to do this stuff where he's wrecking at the flag stand and would just drive off from you like and you're sitting here thinking there's no way it's going to last. I'll pass you in 20 laps. Yeah. And Carson kind of does the same thing. Like he gets every inch that he can get out of that car and keeping it straight. So I'd probably say Lee and Carson. honestly.
Yeah.
And Lee. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Lee was one of those guys that he dished it out pretty good too to everybody.
Yeah, Lee and I had a few run-ins back at South Ball. I've had run-ins with about everybody, to be honest with you. It's just part of the deal. But yeah, I mean, what made Lee so tough was he just he really understood how to save tires better than anybody else. And it actually helped me a lot. I learned a lot from racing Lee and Philip. I learned a lot from both of them. It's kind of when I started, those two guys were winning everything. So I learned a lot from them too. It was cool racing with them.
Well, Bobby, we appreciate you spending some time with us tonight, man. That's really cool that you did that, and we'll see you when you get here to Langley to do the Hampton Heat, and be prepared for the heat.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. But when I was in my 20s, I could wait till like Friday and start hydrating. I'd be fine. But now I gotta start on like Tuesday. Like right now, I got stuff everywhere. So that's been a different experience too. I tell you, getting old's rough.
Ain't as young as we once was, but we're tougher than we ever was. Right?
Yeah. That's, my great uncle used to tell me that if you're gonna get old, you better be tough. And I thought he was just.
We appreciate it, Bobby, and we'll talk to you again soon. And we'll see you when you get to Langley.
All right, man. Thank y'all.
Thanks, you.
Buddy.
Appreciate it,
man.
See you.
I mean, awful quiet there.
I'm listening, man. I could listen to Bobby talk for all day, man. The stories that he has.
But you feel like you get an honest answer, right?
Oh,
Where some people try to give a political correct answer. Bobby gives you his real answer, right?
Yeah,
And I like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Jack? Wouldn't Bobby the one that Dale Jr. had it out for and was calling him out for wrecking Josh Smith? I'm all 100%. I'm like,
I remember that.
But that was just a couple years ago.
I wasn't going to say it, but I remember. All right, let's get MYLEIGH Cyrus Smith over here. Come over. Do you mind sitting beside Adam? You do mind? Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say, I don't know what I'm going to do now. All right, we got MYLEIGH Cyrus Smith, Bando driver. Are you having a good year this year? Doesn't look like you're having a lot of fun. I've seen you a little frustrated at times.
It's been a rough year so far. I got the first race. The second race was pretty good, but it just wasn't doing so well because after the first wreck, not everything went over like it was correctly went over. The third race, that was fine. It wasn't really that bad. But fourth race, I got wrecked again and got fixed before race time, but it's been a rough year so far.
You ready to turn it around now and get something good out of this? I'm ready for you to do it too.
I was really looking forward to the first race. I was doing great that day, and then I got wrecked during the race on the second lap and was sent to the hospital right here.
You did go to the hospital. I do remember that now. You did go to the hospital then. Yeah. So what was wrong with you at the hospital? Did you get your bell rung?
Yes. I think I was just a little.
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot there to work with, so you should be fine.
I think I was just a little too startled. And one thing I struggle with when I get in rights is I don't take my hands off the wheel. And that's definitely gonna affect a lot more. I was just very startled. My arm was numb and everything else was numb, but after a week I was fine. I was limping a little bit.
Your head was numb.
No.
You sure? So what are you going to be just running here at Langley this year? Or are you looking towards the end of the year to go somewhere else and do some racing? Or
yeah, we're pretty much gonna stay around Langley for most of the year. At the end of the year, we're gonna go to Southern Nationals for the Big Screen Classic. We have thought about running Carteret a little bit, but that's about it.
well, I mean that's a good thing. You do that.
What other tracks have you ran besides here?
This year or overall?
Overall.
Southern Nationals, Goodyear, Dominion,
Okay.
Charlotte.
What did you go to?
How'd you like Charlotte? Did you like Charlotte down there? Okay, that's not the look I was expecting. But anyway.
But I mean, Charlotte's kind of tough, right? Because it's so.
I
I mean,
mean-
it's opposite of flat. It's like it almost it doesn't. You know.
It depends on the plate that you're running there. The plate that I ran the first year, it was easier to drive because you're not going as fast.
Mhm.
The faster you're going around that track, the harder it is to drive.
Mhm.
So my second time that I went there,
Didn't
it
you
was a
get
little
wrecked real
harder.
bad there? Was it you?
No.
Somebody else. Somebody from
Phoenix got wrecked real bad there.
Was it?
I think
Yeah, she
flipped.
turned over.
Yeah, she
Hmm.
flipped. I went for the summer shootout, and then one time, and then I went for the winter nationals. I think is what. No, Bando nationals.
You take your car and go down there, or did you?
But Bando nationals, it was just like it ran so quickly, and there wasn't much time to enjoy it. Because like I mean, they were just trying to get all done and over with, make sure they had time for everything, and it was just really rushed. So there
Mhm.
wasn't really much time to enjoy it.
Gotcha.
So where's the Bando Nationals this year?
Montana.
Oh wow.
That's a hike.
And then we're not going.
She said we could go. Take us 2 days to drive. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a hump.
That's what,
And then
it's a little
some.
ride. It's a little ride. You can't drive. So, yeah, it's all on your mom. You can't drive.
On the street.
Yeah, well, on the street. I didn't say she couldn't drive it. Well, she wrecked a lot this year.
I mean, I can't drive. We all saw it at the first race.
Tell me about it, then. Okay, you in first race. You wrecked on the second lap.
I did not wreck myself.
Who wrecked you?
She has fun.
I got spun in the head.
Okay, who's fun?
Tristan, Brianna.
Well, why you let that happen?
I
Have you paid him back yet?
No. Neither other drivers with respect, even if they didn't give the same respect to you.
So are we going to pay him back sometime during the year? You're not.
Even if other drivers don't drive.
Now,
with
me
the
and you
same
had this
respect.
conversation. We had a similar conversation in Richmond. You know, you said you would do what you had to do. You know,
I mean,
To win.
if I was put in that position, I wouldn't necessarily do anything on purpose. But you drive other drivers with respect, even if they don't drive you with the same respect you give them.
come back and tell him that.
I may not be the good role model for that.
Yeah, he needed to know that at one point too. So
Yeah, but the bandos are kind of like the champ cars. Like they, and the first lap or two can be kind of dangerous. It's kind of gets
Yeah, in the
dicey.
bandos, all the rights or spins happen out pretty much at the beginning.
Right.
And if it's a last lap spin up, it's because somebody's trying to pass somebody else.
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean you're already pushing each other, that kind of thing, and
At that point,
those
you're just trying
bumpers
to
can
get the
get.
race.
Mhm.
so who's your biggest rival that you deal with? I mean, I know everybody has to have a rival. If not, we're gonna start one.
I mean, I don't really have a rival out there. I've had bumps and hiccups with other drivers, but I've never really had like a big issue with another driver.
All right, well now this coming Saturday when you're racing this coming Saturday, we're gonna get something started and Adam's gonna be down there to interview. He's gonna be down there. to
I'm not starting nothing.
We'll start it and we'll get Adam to interview him. What happened?
But you're having fun doing it, right?
Yeah. Even though it's been a rough year, at this point, I'm just going to enjoy racing. I mean, if I win, I win. It would be great. It'd be a good experience. But like in racing, not everything's promised. You could be doing great at the beginning of race and you could suck at the end.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be fun, right? I mean, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
And most of all, like if you're not having fun, then you're less likely to win either way because you're too busy focused. And if you overthink about a situation, you could easily get yourself hurt over it.
100%. And I think if you worry about everybody else, then you're not concentrating on your own program. You got to, not worry about, well, what such and such is doing with his car, what such and such is doing with their car. Just work on your own, program to make it better.
One of the things I like about the young kids here at Langley, and we say this all the time, I mean, we say it all the time, is how you all get along outside the race cars. I mean, it's really interesting to see. I mean, I see you run around here with all kinds of your friends and stuff, and when one of y'all wins down there, it looks like half the grandstand empty to come down and be on the front straight with you. I mean, it's really cool.
That's the one thing about Langley. Langley is just like one big family. I mean, there might be a few people that don't like each other, and we've all seen that all over Facebook. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You're all just one big family, and it doesn't matter who you don't like on the outside. They're all going to keep the victory lane to support you either way or not. So, like, I have drivers out there that I've been friends with, like, the whole entire time that I've raced Bandos, like Nevaeh. Me and Nevaeh, I met her at Hampton Heat when I was, like, 7 or 8, and little did I know that one day she would become my best friend, and now I race with her, and me and her have respect for each other that I don't think we would ever have with any other driver.
I didn't hear her say that about you.
She can say what she wants, but I
Yeah, I'm
You
kidding.
didn't know what you were getting into, did you?
I'm kidding. I was trying to start something there, but you didn't.
All right, we'll ask her this weekend. We're gonna go ask. Louise.
I mean, out of the people in the bando, I mean, all the kids in the bandos, there's got to be some folks out there that look at each other and go, "I'm gonna get you with a chance."
I mean, like,
Come on, man. I know you're like that. Come on.
I don't really have an issue with any other drivers. Like, yes, we've had wrecks and yes, we've had hiccups, but there's no reason to pick a fight with somebody you might not even know 30 years from
This is the same kid we used to have on the show.
This is not the same one. Yeah, I was warned about that. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
So, what's your goals for the rest of the year?
now. Just finish the race. I mean, it's been a rough year already. We have, 5 or 6 races left of the year. I mean, if I get a win out of it, I get a win out of it. But at this point, I'm just looking to finish the race every race.
Mhm.
Well, it's got to be hard if you have damage on your car to get back out there and go at it again and get the car back like you want it and everything. And that puts you a little bit behind every time you do it. So, I mean, I think you're doing a good job with that. You seem to be pretty fast at times. I mean, I've watched you a couple of times. You seem to be pretty fast. But
Yeah, it's just like, I've told my parents this multiple times that it seems like when I start doing good, it all just gets taken away from me so quickly. Like, last race when I was doing good, I spun out and then we got into a wreck. I was doing good right before that. First race I was doing good, I got spun out and then got in a wreck. It just seems like every single time I started doing good, it always ended up bad. But you can't let that hold you back from the things that you want to do.
No, you have to continue. It's hard sometimes, especially when it feels like that, right? But those things are out of your control a lot of times. I remember saying that Elton Sawyer told me one time when he was driving for Junior Johnson that the driver is 90% and 10% luck. But if you don't have the 10% luck, the 90% car and driver doesn't do, it's no good. But luck is a big factor in a lot of cases.
I've definitely, luck has been one of my biggest teammates throughout the 4 years that I've been racing, because there's some spin outs and wrecks that I could have not avoided and I could have ended up in very hard situations. But a lot of that luck has helped me slip right through those spins and wrecks.
Mm-hmm.
that's not the same girl.
No. We'll have to find out where she's at.
Yeah. This was talking. I think it's cool. You're doing well. You don't get down on yourself.
It sounds like she's got a good attitude.
Yeah. You don't be like Scott over there.
No, I ain't gonna run over no jacks.
Jax, take the points leader out.
The thing you got going for you don't have all the pedals in the car that he has, right? You have a brake pedal and a gas pedal, right? That's all you got. Okay. He has a clutch pedal. And he was in that Pro 6, finally got qualified on the outside pole. I'm thinking, man, this is going to be the day. This is going to be the day Scott's going to show us something.
I guess it didn't end out so well.
And I hit the wrong pedal when he took off.
Unfortunately.
So it didn't work out very well.
I still ended up second or third.
And don't never go out on the track and go backwards on the track.
Backwards?
I was seeing red.
He wrecked him.
Oh.
The guy that wrecked him. He told him ahead of time, you're not going to win the championship. So he met him head on and wrecked him. He didn't win the championship. So that's the kind of people, you don't need those kind of people to work around, you know what I mean? All right. What's your plans for the future? What do you want to do for the future, racing wise? Or maybe you not want to race? She's laughing.
I mean, I plan to race as much as I can, whether that's 30 years from now or if I decide to quit in the future. I mean, I could say I want to race now, and I could say I want to go to NASCAR, or I could say I want to do all this stuff, and in the future I might decide that I don't want to race. So I don't know what I really want right now. I do know we plan on moving up sometime soon, in the next year or two, maybe. We don't know yet what, but we just plan on moving up. But I still plan to race for the next at least 8
That's good.
years.
That's good.
That's reasonable.
That's a reasonable goal. Is not to get too excited and try to push it along. Of course, you don't want to push it too long because you got to have that green stuff to move along too.
You know, to get a job.
Racing is
Have you got a job to pay for your car? Do you get out there and work on your car?
Yes.
Well, hey, I'm proud of you. That's pretty cool that you get out there and work on your own car. When I saw you in Richmond, I told you then, I don't see you working on a car, but I see you now. You get where you have to do that now, and when you wreck the car, you have to get out there and work on it. That's cool.
You gotta do what you gotta do, Jack.
That's right. I know. I wrecked a few of them myself. So tell us who all helped you with your car and your sponsors. Ooh.
What's up, Danny?
I have a list. Try not to forget anyway. Hog Real Estate, Papa John's, Hampton Roads, VA 8111 or 811. Full Throttle Lawn Care, Trevor Jones State Farms, Barks and Bubbles, EC Rats, my mom, my dad, Brian, Kaylee, Jack Dodson.
Barks and Bubbles.
Barks.
I said Barks and Bubbles. What is that?
It's a grooming for dogs.
Oh, grooming for dogs.
He was he was thinking bark, like bark on a tree.
Round over your head, Jack.
I know.
You see that? I was like, he was saying bark,
I got.
not like bark.
She said 3 or 4 more after that, but I'm still stuck on Barks and Bubbles.
You see what I worked with, Adam?
Yeah.
Good luck next week.
Mom, my dad,
I'll make it.
Brian, Kaylee, and Cody Brown.
Cody Brown.
He's been spotted for me last year.
Really?
How about that?
Has it helped you,
He's done good.
Sandra?
He's helped me finish the race at least.
Well, that's a start. That's pretty good. He helped you with that. I mean, he's had his troubles too. So anyway, that's cool. That's cool.
Cody, or you say Cody, right? I thought you were talking about the janitor.
The janitor.
Do you know what the deal is with the janitor? Colby fans, his nickname's the janitor. So when you see him, call him the janitor. Tell him we're gonna get a name put on us. I have to tell you off camera. It's a funny story. I want everybody to. I want to say, oh, we're gonna put janitor on your shirt. You ain't got it on your shirt. He's like, they told you.
A lot of questions in it.
Huh?
Now you got everybody in the lot wondering why they call him the janitor.
Go ask
Colby.
Go
He's gonna get a lot
ask
of people on Saturday.
Colby. He will. Yeah. Go ask Colby
What's
and
your
call
name?
him the janitor. You want to know where it comes from.
With Brian Morehouse leaving 811, I think this woman here, Molly Avery, you've been dealing with her a lot. So I think that's really cool that you've been able to keep that 811. They've been with us ever since we started.
I mean, we've had multiple different sponsors over the year. We've had patches where we didn't get as many sponsors, but 811 has definitely stuck with us since we've gotten them. And I think that's really good for sponsors to stay with the driver instead of just hopping from car to car, just trying to find a car that would support business enough.
Well, that's true too. Anyway, yeah, she's on you. Should keep up the great attitude. It always wins.
That's right.
So, I mean, even though you had Brian Morehouse helping you,
I got a good attitude and I got an attitude some other times.
you don't have an attitude. I know you have an attitude.
I've never seen that.
It's hard to believe you'd even have an
Have
attitude.
you ever seen it, Adam?
Staying out of this one, buddy.
It might be a fact.
Don't worry.
I'm in the stands. I'm watching.
An attitude. That is hard to believe you would have an
Who would
attitude.
ever guess that?
I know. I would have never thought that. But you like what you're doing, so that's and you do have a good attitude, and you've learned to talk, and that's a good thing.
That's true.
My first season, I barely talked.
We know.
I stayed in my trailer most of the time, and when I went on here, I was as quiet as a mouse.
Yes, you were.
And now it's all
And I'm sitting here trying to pull stuff out of you, and now we don't have to pull it out of you anymore. You're free with what you say.
And
Is that because you've gotten older and mature,
I guess.
more mature?
But one thing I will say that 4 years that I've known you, I think you still need to learn how to spell my name correctly.
Here we go again.
How do you spell my
This is
name?
the other part, Jack.
How do you
I know.
spell my name?
I thought I was doing good by saying it right.
You said it right. How do you spell
M-Y. M-Y.
it?
Doing great so
Take
far,
your
Jack.
time. Take your time.
L-E-I-G-H.
Nope.
There's no G.
Oh.
MYE.
No. Don't give me help.
M-Y-E.
Okay.
Don't look at me. Let me look it up and show it to you.
All right,
I
spell it
can
for me.
barely spell
No,
my
I'm
own
not
name.
telling you how to spell it. You gotta guess.
Done guess my best guess.
Spell it out.
M-Y. She said E-L.
Okay. Got 2 letters left.
There's a Q in there, Jack.
What?
A-G.
No, there's no G.
Oh, H. A-H.
No, there's no A.
IH.
I-H. Okay. There you go.
Do you know my middle name?
Cyrus.
No. Addison Renee. Miley Addison Renee Smith. How do you think you spell Addison?
Don't get me started.
Oh, we're gonna be here all night.
Addison Renee Smith.
How do you think you spell
How the
Addison?
hell did you get Miley out of it?
I don't really know the whole story. I just know that I had somebody in my family on my dad's side, I believe. Her name was Mayetta. They liked the name Mayetta, but they didn't want to name me Mayetta, so they just took the 2 T's out and they made
That's
it
no help me.
M-Y-E-L-I-H. And my middle name, Addison, is spelled A-D-A-S-Y-N. And we had somebody in my family named Ada, and they didn't want to make my middle name Ada, so they made it Addison, and they spelled it A-D-A-S-Y-N. And my other middle name, Renee, my mom said she would name one of her kids after her sister, because my aunt's middle name is Renee. So my name is Miley Addison Smith.
He's not keeping them for
Yep, keeping up with it, but
My initials is Mars. Fun fact: when I first started racing, we thought about making my racing name Mars Racing or Mars Motorsports. It was one of the 2.
She's almost turned into the Raleigh music, where we couldn't hardly get him quiet.
I mean, Riley, he'd get on here.
We didn't even got to say anything.
I mean, we've even reached under the covers.
I mean, I'll stop talking if you want me to stop talking.
We're just giving you a hard time.
Brian Morehouse. See now see they didn't move Brian Morehouse up now. Here he's on here. Miley,
He
just
spelled it
stuck
right
back
too,
up.
Jack. I'm guessing anyway.
Do what?
How did I show you?
I don't know. That's what, because I can't spell. I guess that's what he's trying to say.
We should do one time. We should give you a spelling bee.
Well, I mean,
Because you can't spell my name. Can you even spell?
I mean,
Yeah.
you should just
You know what?
copy and
You
paste
know
it
what?
from your page,
okay,
right?
I can't spell your name, Miley. And
Can you even spell Jack Dawson Breaks Insider News?
yeah, I can do that. I do that regularly, so I can spell that. I can spell that pretty good. But no, just because I can't spell your name doesn't mean I'm Scott Allen.
That's a fact. I'm not even gonna argue with that one.
And Aaron Goodman says, Brian, let's be serious. It isn't that hard. It isn't that hard.
Don't look at me like that.
So I guess Aaron knows how to spell your name right too, right? I ain't worried about her either.
Oh,
I love her to death, but I ain't gonna go with that. Anyway,
He needs graphics.
from now on, I will make sure if she ever comes back on the show, I'm gonna put a piece of tape right here with her name spelled on her. Better yet, you need to give me a sticker I can put up here so I have one. You got
stickers
stickers?
are too big. Stickers like this big.
They're not that big. I can get some small.
You can get some small ones. Just for you.
Anyway,
I'll put my name on it just so you can make sure you know how to spell it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you sure have changed a lot. I'm not really sure which one I like the best.
I mean, I got multiple different personalities. So you just
Oh, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't going there. Multiple personalities.
Depends on who you
All right, I'm gonna hit you with one. And Brian Morehouse, what kind of personality you got with him?
respectful.
Respectful? Why? He's not that type of person.
Okay, well,
You
he
want me
was
to tell you some stories about Brian Morehouse?
sure.
That's the whole time we got for them.
I mean, he's my sponsor. I have to be respectful to my sponsor. Else I'm not gonna have the sponsors. Well, he was my sponsor.
You know what his nickname is?
No.
Lug Nut.
Why?
Check with him and ask why his nickname is Lug Nut. Never mind. Anyway, we were supposed to have ATLEY WIESE with us tonight. ATLEY's sick and he couldn't be here. And I don't know what happened to Matt Waltz. He said he was going to be here, and I ain't seen him yet either. So anyway, so next week we're going to have Toby Weldon. I know for a fact he's going to be with us, the spotter. We won't have Brian here. I mean, Scott here next week. He won't be with us. He's going to be up. He's going to be up at Martha's Vineyard. Martha's
You see
Vineyard.
how natural he looked when he did that?
He's going to Martha's Vineyard with the rich folks. With the rich folks.
The rich folks. You can't be down here if you're rich.
So he's going up there with the rich folks. So me and Adam are going to take. We're going to take the show and run with it next week. So
So we got a spot, MYLEIGH, if you need it.
Okay.
You open, we got a spot. We're gonna have an empty chair. We'll have.
Why are you inviting her back?
We don't have anybody else. We got some spots to fill.
Here, Toby says, "What? No Scott? That's your benefit, Toby. He's not going to be here." Anyway, all right. Thank you all for being with us tonight. We'll see you
Hey,
again.
I
Wait a minute.
just want to say one thing. I seen, and I seen Danny Millard on here a few minutes ago. I had Debbie Millard, Dave's wife, come to shop the other day, and she had mentioned that she had some things that probably could help some of the racers out here. I don't know if it was something that everybody would like to hear. I think it's some great information about if your spouse does get hurt and what kind of things you may be up against. And she's got some good tips, and we had a long conversation, some things, and it kind of opened my eyes up to some things, even outside of the racetrack, that you're up against when somebody that has a brain injury and can't respond to certain things, and where that leaves you. And I'm just kind of curious if other people, is this something that you would like to hear? I think it'd be great information, and maybe we could put that together.
We can get her on the show and let her talk about it. We'll just give her the show. I think that would be cool to understand.
Mm-hmm.
There's people like Miley Addison. We ain't worried about your brain. Yeah, we ain't worried about that.
I am very smart, actually.
Are you?
Yes. I keep good grades in school. If I didn't have good grades, I wouldn't be out here.
I'll school say so. I'll leave that alone. But anyway, yeah, I think that would be a great thing to do, honestly.
Yeah.
So we have to put that together. And,
I'll reach out to her and see. I think it'd be great information. I don't want to say what the things are, because I think it would be better come from her, because she has she comes from a personal experience with these scenarios and what hoops she's had to jump through. Look, we all don't ever think, and we all know we can get hurt out here. Dave knew he could get hurt. I know I could get hurt out there. But we never think about the consequences if it does happen.
And the effects it's going to have on everybody else.
On your loved ones.
Yeah. So
And it's not so much. I don't want to say too much, but just some of the things that you would run up against in those scenarios that could be hugely helpful information. And I think everybody here should be open-minded to listen to some of those things, and it could definitely give you a different perspective.
I think so. I think it's a good one. I think it's a good deal. Also, we want to, within the next week or so, we're going to have, not next week, but after that, we're going to have a lead up to the Hampton Heat. We're going to get the vote.
The Dale Jr. 200.
Yeah, the Dale.
That's what it's gonna be.
Junior on here.
Well, you know what? I have reached out to Dale Jr.'s PR people. And, you know, evidently Jack and Scott are not high enough on the totem pole. We don't get that. We're not going to be getting that too well. So anyway. All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. Want to thank. See, I was getting ready to say something, then I thought, well, if I screw this up, I'm going to be in trouble. MYLEIGH Cyrus for being with us. Next week, next time, since you're getting that voice and everything, we're going to have you sing. I want to thank Bobby McCarty for being with us. And of course, our new person with us every week, Adam Wellbrock. We're going to get him to talk soon.
Sure. Do nothing but on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
As a matter of fact, if not, we're going to get MYLEIGH.
I told you.
Or the one we got to watch out for is ATLEY, right?
Oh yeah. Share a microphone with him on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, I hear
It's
you.
be tough.
Oof.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty good now.
Yeah.
And he's doing well in the limited.
He's not,
Yeah. Good runs going.
he's not bad.
Hopefully they get that car fixed.
All right, that's our show for tonight. I want to thank everybody for being with us, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Why are you touching my?
Oh, look at it.